baby!
Yeah!
Yes!
Okay. Yeah!
That's right.
That's how you do it! That was sick!
My name's Savannah Dayberry, and I'm Ty's wife. I love powder days because Ty wakes up early and makes me mate and drags me out of bed so that we can go skiing.
Just this past season, we moved into my grandparents' rental house, and we have the best access literally right out of our front door.
Ty and I got married this summer at our home, and it was super special to have all of our close friends and family celebrate with us at our favorite place in the world.
I honestly can't believe how lucky I am to be able to experience all of this.
I love living here so much. My husky Malka can run away and show up after hours of exploring the Great Tahoe tundra that is basically our meadow. And living right next to Ty's grandparents has been so amazing. Our family feels really close.
Savannah and I met each other through skiing, and our love for skiing is a testament to our love for each other.
Skiing with Ty is definitely more than just skiing with my husband, it's skiing with my coach. He's always helping me through my lines and telling me how to get a little gnarlier than I'm usually comfortable getting. It's awesome to have your best friend care so much and actually want you to accomplish something. He's not just worried about how sick his line's gonna be and how awesome he's gonna ski it. He's telling me how awesome my line's gonna be at the same time. He's good at making me feel like a badass, I guess.
Knowing that my wife is my skiing partner, I use extra caution because it's that's my favorite person in the world, and God forbid something bad happens. Watching her nail it gets me super stoked, and her progression has gone through the roof in the past couple of years, and it's been a pleasure just watching it along the way.
It's just awesome to be out in nature with nobody around and just be getting the most pristine turns, basically in our backyard.
We try to keep it light, and there's a time for laughing and jokes, but then there's also a time to get serious.
It feels pretty awesome to shred it as a girl. It's definitely my goal in life is to keep up with the boys.
It's cool because she's usually one of the only girls out there hitting these cheese wedge jumps that we stack up. And you watch her stomp something and the whole vibe of the group goes through the roof. It's a pretty special feeling knowing that's your wife out there sending it with all the guys.
Watching him ski something definitely gives me the courage to ski it the best I can.
I love skiing with my wife because I love spending all the time in the world with her. She's my best friend, and skiing is just that added fun element that our lives revolve around.
Being able to share the same passion for backcountry skiing and just loving being out there is really cool. Ty and me both have such an affinity for the mountains and skiing, and it's just the place that we always want to be.
Love comes from within, and we show that in a lot of different ways, but I love my wife because she's on the same page as me in almost every sense of the word. We do everything together, including skiing. So to say that I love her for just one aspect is just one part of that equation, you know?
That's definitely gonna make it.
Damn it.
Damn it.
Trying to botch it.
Take your time in the choke, you know?
Yeah.
And the runouts are great.
Okay.
Don't stress. Hang on, Megs.
You think to the right? All right. Taking my time in the choke. Whew. All right, I'm gonna ski now. Whew. I'm Megan Kelly, and I live in South Lake Tahoe, California. I grew up outside of Detroit, Michigan. There's landfills that we ski on. They actually construct ski hills. I've lived in Tahoe for 13 years. I moved out here in 2006. People were actually still skiing and snowboarding in June. And so I felt like I moved to the right place. I was full into outdoor sports. I bought my first Telemark setup. It was a used Rossignol Rip Chicks with some hammerhead bindings on it. I specifically really love the Telemark turn. It feels like this stylistic approach you can have on your skiing. It feels like you can move around really easily in the mountains as a Telemark skier. There's just something super gratifying about putting in the time and the effort to get good at something that's really hard. And the hardest things are those things that are really worth sticking with, and the result will be something that you're really proud of in the end. There's a lot of days where I'm thinking of it as like a training day, like practice for the real deal, which is, you know, a big mountain kind of backcountry skiing line. My husband wanted to have kids about 3 years earlier than I did, and I kept putting it off. I kept saying next year. No, how about next year? And I was finally ready to have triplets and not kids, triplets. I found out really early, the first ultrasound, and when you're in a marriage, it's a team. And when you're a team, one of you panics usually, and one of you stays calm. I tried to stay calm, but I also just was in denial. And then I started hyper planning how I'm going to successfully have triplets. One of the ways I've always kind of coped with things is just be really ready for it. Sell the Subaru, buy a minivan.
I like snow candy. I want snow candy.
Sometimes I just feel like, head down, keep working, keep moving forward, because there's really no choice. I can't reflect back on the experience yet because I'm still in the midst of it. Just seeing everything through kids' eyes is the best. It's things that you thought you didn't care about anymore that you're so excited for your kids to see. You're literally getting to relive it as an adult. It just makes you have a less jaded view on society. It's just happiness, a lot of happiness. All right, let's go down to the lodge and get some hot chocolate. Did you have fun? Yeah. Okay. You know, skiing is like what you imagined when you were a kid and you wanted to be like a superhero, or you wanted to be in the Star Wars movie. Like, that's what you thought could be your real job. But skiing is like that. It's like escaping the enemy through like an Ewok village, or like being a superhero and doing like amazing feats that are just super fun and super cool. That's what it feels like to me. It feels like all of the things I ever wanted to do. Unfortunately, I don't get paid for it. The way I feel I fit into the mountain community and the ski community now is as a parent who's still an athlete. And I also feel like I could be a role model for other moms to, you know, make time for themselves and make time for their own passions.
My name is Taylor Johnson. I grew up in Salt Lake City, Utah. I'm currently in South Lake Tahoe, California for the first annual Disability Invitational. My dad and grandfather shared their passion for telemark skiing, and since I was 8 years old, that's all I've done since.
My name's Tim Shepard. I live in Basalt, Colorado. I coach a junior big mountain telemark team, and they shred the gnar. Yeah, the Dizzleberry Invitational. He said he was putting on some sort of event. Didn't really know what that meant, but I've never skied in California before, so decided to take the drive down and give her a rip. I started competing in 2011, back when the Telemark series was a 3-competition series. In the last few years, it's basically whittled down to the Grand Targhee event, and as of this year, unfortunately, we got kind of pulled out of that venue, and a bunch of telemarkers are without a home for a year.
There's always a motivation of trying to pursue a craft that is unmasterable. For me, telemark is that outlet that hits that spot in my brain that needs, fuel for constant progression.
The telemark community in general just loses a sense of progression and direction when we have no competition. We're really lacking a proving ground for telemark skiing and a place where the top level athletes can really come and progress the sport.
Yeah, I really do enjoy competition, and missing out on a big mountain competition this season definitely was a bummer, but getting together with these guys in California this winter, when we're out in the backcountry, the competition isn't the same. There's not a number on the scorecard, but you look at how your friends skied that line and you want to ski it better.
We've seen a huge progression with the junior field and what they're capable of doing. There's really not a better age group to teach tele skiing to. It's kind of a weird sport in itself. You got these floppy skis on with floppy bindings, and you can move in all these ways that you normally can't. So it's kind of fun to teach kids just all the weird, kind of interesting things you can do on tele skis. It's also just cool to just see where they take it and what their mind brings to, how they want to make their turns. And it was super cool to have Keegan come down and do some shredding with us. Keegan's definitely one of the kids that is really pushing the envelope for juniors on what's possible on telemark skis. This year he's been posting stuff on Instagram, double backflips, and he's just getting after it. So it was rad to have him down here to shred with us. Without a big mountain telemark comp this year, we're all kind of looking for a different way to show how telemark skiing is progressing, and also at the same time hang out with all of our best friends. So this was kind of Ty's idea to get everybody down here, get some cool shots, show everybody what we're up to, and hopefully we can make it into a habit and do it every year.
Spring skiing.
Okay, you ready for me? the only one.